What's up, guys? Me and Conway doing a Zoom call. I'm basically got a couple things I need to do around the house before going to the studio, so try to knock things out today. So we're gonna try do this one conversation here, then I should drive over to his studio and his place to get stuff done.
Yeah. So you
What we're
guys,
talking about today.
today we'll be talking about we just in America today, the word bipartisan is a bad word, but I'm so happy today to learn that the Senate has passed it's a 3.1 trillion, $3.5 trillion bill for the infrastructure project. I know you were against that. You think
1.3 trillion.
Yeah, I think you were against that. You think it was too much money they were spending for as a spending against our generation to come. But I think
So,
they yeah,
so what do you think about the bill, though?
I think
You
it's
think
great.
you think it's great?
I think it's great for one reason only. I'm not trying to talk about all the good things that it involves, but I'm just trying to look at what 19 Republican senators joining their Democratic colleagues to sign that bill is an indication that the country is ready to move in a new direction. I think previously in our last discussion, I told you that Trump, I don't want to beat Trump down because he's not in office right now, but he was a kind of a man that put the country on edge. But right now, I think all the senators and representatives are doing their level best to, to work in the interest of the country than working in the interest of a party. I agree they got party, and the party, they should work for the party because the party sent them to Washington. They also have to work in the interest of the country. And this bipartisan bill, $3.5 trillion bill that will be passed or that they are trying to work on, bipartisan bill is a win for everybody. I don't know what you think.
Really? Okay.
why you mean? Why you mean okay?
They literally just got the handful of the votes they need. That's it. They really didn't get no other Republican involved. They just got the certain amount number they got just to give Biden a win.
No,
That's how I feel like it. And after they literally just got done with the 1.3, now they want to push $3.5 trillion bill.
yeah, yeah. But
So right after they got that one approved, see, it's never ending. They're gonna keep spending money they do not have. We do not have.
yeah, but yes,
This year from going burst.
but yeah,
Enough's enough.
but yes, the thing.
I understand they trying to do the want to react to policies of what we did to the Great Depression.
Yeah,
It's critical spending on the infrastructure and all that, get money flowing. But the problem is, back then we had jobs made in America. Now everything's made in China, steel and everything else. All that money's going right back to overseas. So where's that money going? It's not going to come to our
Well,
pocket.
I think I disagree with you over there. I strongly disagree with you over there when you say that the money is going to go overseas. Most of the projects that they're talking about implementing, the road construction, bridge construction, and other stuff, going to improve U.S. businesses, going to improve the U.S. economy. And I don't know from what perspective you are trying to think that this money is going to be spent. Another point you make is they want to give Biden a win. I don't know what you mean when you say they want to give Biden a win. They
Okay.
want to give the
So
country a win.
they need steel. Where they going to get it from? China. They're
No,
going to get
we
it
got
from
no. We got steel in this country.
It's no future jobs. They're crazy. So I understand there's like, hey, you could buy a sandwich for a year and a half, and once the job's done, there's no more job. Then what? There's no more business that needs to be fixed. What's the point?
No, but the thing that is, I think one point you're trying to escape is that most of the roads and bridges in this country are aging, and that is not good for the country. Even our rail system, our transportation system, our
It's
internet system, everything is archaic, it's antique. We got to spend money. Look at other countries around the world improving the infrastructure. The richest economy in the world, we still get ourselves bogged down in partisan politics. forget to know that we have to work in the interest of the country, then thinking that I'm a Republican, I only support something when it comes from the Republican, and I'm a Democrat, I only support something when it comes from the Democrats. We have to get away from that, because if we get ourselves bogged down in partisan politics, this country is going to sink itself down the bottom of the ocean.
And the problem is that with that is, like you said, everything's broken down because they're stuck. They don't want to do innovation. They don't want to invest in new.
But that was the bill is about.
Because remember, back in the day, the Romans built roads that still last today, and yet we build roads that only last maybe 5 years. You're lucky. And this is a technique that UK is using for their roads. I looked into it. It's real neat.
No, look, let me tell you one thing. Look, let me tell you one thing. You guys criticize this country and you talk about the roads. I agree the roads are terrible. But you guys have not seen...
There's a way of making it better and last longer. And the politicians don't want to invest in that type of investment. They want to roads keep breaking down, so they keep saying we need more money. All this is a money grab.
But the thing that is, you people criticize the government, not being roads, the roads are bad and stuff like that. But I don't know why you guys are comparing those roads to. If you go to other countries, I'm not trying to criticize other countries and stuff like that. I'm going to use my country of birth as an example. If you see roads, I think I explained to you, the roads are terrible. Those roads are terrible, and your roads here I agree that some things you got to work on. But you can't compare it to other places. The country has done good work.
I'm just telling you the new technology they have in the UK, and I looked into it. It's very environmental friendly. It's great for the resources and everything else. They take literally recycled plastic and make it like little pellets, right? And they use it for the roads. Get rid of the stone and all that stuff. They use it for the roads, and it lasts 10 times longer. So the roads we use today only last maybe 5 years. With that technology, it can last to 50 years. So that's less money of spending of replacing the roads, fixing up the roads because they keep breaking down. And with their pallets and all that, they will it gives a lot more load too, a lot more tractor trailer loads and stuff too, so they won't beat up as much. So and that's one way to help out the environmental and the people that made it. They said we got technology, but no one wants to invest into it. Like the politicians, only UK, like a town in UK decided to do it. They all raise up the money and they start doing it, and it's just like we got the technology to do it, but no one wants to invest in it. Why? But that's money every 5 years on something that it can be later down the road a fix in someone's lifetime.
But that's where this bill comes in. At least that's where this bill comes in.
It does not do with that. It's just them. Just here's the money to fix the roads, fix them the way we do it.
Yeah, I think those guys are going to spend. If all the technology you're talking about is the best in the industry right now, when it comes to road construction, if that's the best technology they have, in the industry, I think those guys they have sufficient knowledge, expert knowledge, to use the best technology to improve our road systems. But my own impression about what happened is, I want to thank the both parties leaders that they have not realized, or maybe I'm wrong, but I think they have not realized that this country, our politicians have to work together so that we can move this country in a new direction. Getting ourselves tied down and because of our apartheid label, it's just been destroying this country, and we have to move away from that. We have to move away from that.
I totally agree, but you got politicians there that really don't want to work together. They don't want to. They want to divide. They want to stay in power and they keep not listening to people.
No, I don't know where you
want anything else. And like soon enough they passed that bill at 1.3. Now Biden's coming out and saying, now we passed. Now I'm going to pass a $3.5 trillion bill. I want to pass that now. Soon enough, you just got this one passed. It's like it's not even 24 hours after the first one got passed. Yet you're gonna put another bill in there
But
for a lot more amount in it.
But let me come in.
No.
Let me come in with something that I try to suspect, and I don't know what you think about this. You know, Mitt Romney, the guy that ran against Obama in 2012. Mitt Romney is one of the guys that been, at least he been a liberal. I would say a liberal conservative, right? I think most of the, but no, yeah. I think what happened is most of the time he voted against Trump. He was one of the guys who signed up for the bipartisan bill. Do you think he's positioning himself to run to run in the 2024 elections?
No, I think he's not even going to win his election. It's his constituents are not voting for him. He went to.
Well, why are they not voting for him?
They chew him out because of his views and everything else. And that's the thing though. You literally got them in there. There's videos of him. Schumer. He went to his constituents in California and told them like, yo.
No, Schumer is from New York. Schumer is from New York.
Is he from New York?
Yeah, he's from New York. Nancy Pelosi is from
New York.
Nancy Pelosi is from New York, from California.
California.
Yeah.
So he went to his constituents and the first impeachment. And there's a video out there. They probably took it down by now, but there's a video out there. He went to his constituents and he told them we must vote on this first impeachment. We must vote to impeach him. And all his constituents yelled, "You lie! You lie! You do not represent us! You lie!" And he still voted to impeach Trump.
Yeah,
even though his constituents,
look.
Constituents say, "Do not impeach him. Do not impeach him." And therefore, he's misrepresenting his people that voted him in.
But as
he can work abuse of power or not.
But as a
So
leader,
that's why it feels like with McNamee, like they're mad that he's not representing them, and yet he's voting on the behalf of them, and they don't want the votes. So he's not going to win re-election.
But that's the thing you got.
That's my prediction.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, as a leader, you got to be able to see things that the followers or your people don't see. You got to be able to chart a new course or the new future for them. Now, Mitt Romney voted against Trump, right? Let's say voted for Trump to be impeached, and he was not the only Republican. The thing that is I'm not talking about the rights and wrong in his decision. We can't say because my constituent is backing something that is not right, because they send me to Washington, I should always do what they want. I should be able to tell them, say, look, this is the right way for us to go, and we don't have to get ourselves divided as a country. We got to unite and move our country forward. That's the reason I think Mitt Romney has a very good chance to win a Republican primary if at all he contests the elections. Let's contest the primary 2023.
You think?
It's not just I think I'm looking at all of it. I'm looking at all of the variables.
I mean, it's a good chance he can get in, but I mean, it's just like.
And I think he's going. If he does, he's going to beat Trump.
It's outed. I mean, just I feel like his constituents are fed up how he acts.
Mitt Romney is going to beat Trump,
and they don't want him in there no more. That's why I feel like it, and therefore they're going to out him and don't vote for him.
Okay,
let's
look at it from the same perspective. You think when Mitt Romney run in a Republican primary against Trump, who you think going to win? I think Mitt Romney is going to beat Trump in the Republican primary.
He's going to beat Trump.
Yeah. Why you saying no? Why you saying no? Huh?
They do the Republican surveys. They ask them for these are Republicans who go vote for the Republican Party, and they ask them with Trump in there, just alone, Trump would have 70% of the votes. With him out, they might have a chance if he does not run. That's the thing, Trump's going to run the 20.
No. But that's the thing. No. Let me tell you something, right? Polls are predictions. They are predictions that are based on people who are not in real contests. They're not in real contest. So it's we saw it with Hillary Clinton. We saw it with Jeb Bush Jeb Bush before Trump won the nomination in 2015 or 16.
And we saw it in this last election.
Okay, you see the prediction. People give the prediction. The prognosticators come out and say a lot of stuff. But
Correction.
but
They pick one side more than the other to rig the numbers, basically, just so like, look, he's losing. This person's losing. Do not, basically, it's a tactic to make you deterrent from even going. Like me, why should I go vote? Why should I go vote? Like in Delaware, like why should I go vote for any red candidate? Because no one told me blue no matter what. Because I Delaware, they vote blue no matter who. So, and that's why we were in the mess that we're in. So it's like, to me though, it's just so it's like, what's the point for me to go vote if it's automatically going to be Democrat run all the way around? And then therefore it's just like it's a deterrent from even going out and voting. That's the point of them rigging. It's an old tactic to what they do and stuff like that to discourage some people from voting for that type of person, because it's like he's going to lose regardless. He's going to go vote. But I'm just going to vote because it's my constitutional right. It's my right, my God-given right, and what you say about it.
So are you saying?
I keep going for Jesus. I don't care.
Are you saying if Mitt Romney jumped in the race for the Republican nomination for 2024 elections against Trump?
My prediction is this: he can be dead last.
No, I tell you wrong. You know that Mitt Romney? No.
He was the first one to drop out.
No. You know what?
Without backing from the other party. If the other party backs him, secretly giving money and shit like that, then he can stay in there. But other than that, I don't see him can fundraise the money that he needs. I don't think, because the way the people feel about him and his constituents around the United States, he's not gonna.
No, but let me tell you the reason I think Mitt Romney has a better chance if at all he runs. I think he has a better chance of winning for this. The reason is Mitt Romney contested the elections. He was a Republican candidate in 2012 against Barack Obama. He lost, right? And he also was a governor of Massachusetts.
2008, wasn't
it? And now he's one of the tiebreaker, or he's one of the liberal conservatives who always bridge the gap between the Republicans and the Democrats in the current Senate. And I think with the kind of a credential that he has, and with Trump baggage of tearing the party apart, of criticizing everybody who criticizes him, I think Mitt Romney is in a very solid position if he intends to run in 2016 to get the Republican nomination, and he's going to be a formidable force against Biden because he's a liberal candidate that can appeal to both sides. I think he stands a better chance to win the Republican nomination, and also 60% chance of winning the White House back for the Republican Party. I'm a Republican though. Even if I'm a Democrat, I don't have a problem voting for Mitt Romney, because I believe that his party label doesn't mean a lot. He believes in America's success than anything else. I don't know how you think, but I just think that if he runs against Trump, Mitt Romney is going to win Trump square.
Nah.
I'm telling you.
My second choice is person who got a good chance is the Florida governor, DeSantis. He's really good. He's a good contestant. I mean, I'm telling you this now. If he put his hat in the ring for the 2024, he's going to outdo Mitt Romney, guaranteed.
But what's about Chris Christie?
Chris Christie.
Yeah.
What about him?
If he jumps in the race too, former governor of New Jersey.
Jersey? If he did, he did. That's, I mean, everyone's entitled to put their head in the ring regardless. You gotta be born in America, and you gotta be 35 years old to be able to run. That's the only requirements you need. the U.S. citizen born in America and 35 years old. That's it. That's it. So anyone can. No offense, a crackhead who basically down the street, he put his hat in the ring, and if he does everything, if he can do it. Yeah, I go all through these things on ballot and stuff like that. You got to meet the deadline, but if a crackhead can do it, got something made up, and he can do it. He's entitled to it.
But let me tell you one thing I will not do as a Republican, right? I will not support Trump if he gets in the race. And the reason I will not support Trump has nothing to do with anything. The reason is Trump has torn the party apart. Trump has made good Republican not to want to be Republican anymore. And so we're now looking for somebody like Chris Christie. We're looking at somebody like Mitt Romney. My first choice is going to be Mitt Romney, and my second choice is going to be Chris Christie, because these people are people who are capable of running the country.
Or do nothing.
Huh?
That's what they are. They band down to the other party. They give up. They do not stay and fight. See, the problem is with the Republicans.
Fight for what?
They don't know how to fight back.
Fight for what?
Democrats always fight dirty, and that's it. Republicans do not. So when you stand up against them, you're a racist. And Republicans don't know how to fight back. If I was in there and they're gonna say you're a racist about the voter rights, all right? Okay, I'm a racist. We established that. So what can you do about changing the voter rights? What's your opinion? Well, you're a racist. That's all. We already established that I'm a racist. What else you got? You know, that's the only thing they go to is you're a bigot, fascist, and racist. And they get the left, who are really more social media active than the right. You know, that's the only thing they got. The left is nothing but social media. That's all they do. The people on the right, well, we don't do social media. We live our lives. You know, we don't live for Facebook or Twitter or stuff like that. It's just not my thing. You know, you're looking up. You got me doing this Zoom call. I don't know how to do it. You had to basically tell me how to do it because I don't do this. So, but you know, we're just trying it out for today, see how it goes. And
the point you make is very important. You know, I agree that racism exists in the country, and I don't want anybody to misunderstand me when I talk. But I think some people use racism as an instrument to escape the real issues. I agree with that. Use racism to escape the real issue. Equally so, there are other people who put an issue on the floor just to alienate certain people. It's not going to be black people. It's not going to be white people. Because everybody get alienated at a certain point. But people continue to use racism. Even if you say, don't do this, because of my race, you know. I agree that's the wrong thing to do. But Trump has exacerbated the issue. He made everybody to feel that it was about white and black or brown and white issue. My problem, huh?
Only thing he spoke is American pride, for America first.
Yeah, but
he had the best economy under him in a long while. For years and years, we've been getting the shaft from the government and from the policies. He came around and put American first. So and he did. He said, no, I will not, this and that. And he goes, I would not jeopardize investing money into American steel. He says, make steel out of, get anything to do with construction, use American steel, American labor. Make, everything America, energy independent, But soon enough, Biden gets in there, and he said this. If you sign an executive order, you're a dictator. That's what he said during his campaign. That's what he did, because Trump signed, 7, I think, as his presidency, I think 7 or 10, right around there. And he's a dictator. He's a dictator. He don't want to go to the proper channels. Then Biden gets in there, executive, up to 40. He did 40. It was so bad that even media were saying, hey, you need to calm down with the executives now, because he's making him makes him a dictator.
But listen to me. The thing that is, every president that comes to office, or most presidents that come to office, especially when they're from the opposite party, all of the things that the other party did that they didn't like, they undo them. Which of course I think is a bad idea because there are some good things.
The thing is, you review it, then you review it and you see if it's beneficiary or not. If it's not, then you go through the proper channels to remove it and put something better in place. All right, you just don't remove it because it's bad. Like the one that Trump signed was going to be inactive. 2022, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's for insulin to lower down the insulin cost for people with diabetes, so they can. He worked out the way and stuff like that to make it cheaper for people who got diabetes to get insulin and stuff. Critical saving medicine they need. Biden came there and he said executive order to cancel it. We're gonna put it under review, and you'll hear nothing about it yet. So insulin went back up again. It's just like, and therefore now people are gonna be strong to get insulin where current prices keep going raising up, especially with this new the 1.3 trillion. You're gonna see prices drop even more high now because it really devalues the dollar. It's just you can print out more and more money when they do these bailouts, these bills and stuff like these trillions of dollars. It's not taxpayer money. It's actually they're printing out money, so that's more money in circulation that devalues the dollar. And the last one that came out when they did it, they say, look. You know, they plead about well, you get more money. You get more money with inflation. Okay? But they did the research and everything else. You got more money, but you got less than 2% buying power than you did have in 2019. 2% less. But everything else is going up. So it's gonna cost you more to live. I mean,
yeah, but
it's gonna cost $20 for a loaf of bread, and when that happens, I mean, I was going to tell people, I told you, these damn politicians keep spending money they don't need to spend. Yeah, that's it. Stop the spending. That's the problem.
yeah, but the problem is, I coming back to the whole thing. You talk about executive power, executive order, and stuff like that. Every president has, every president has done that. It's just not Biden or it's not Trump. When Trump was campaigning, he told the people, like, when I get there, I will scrap Obamacare, executive order, scrap most of the thing. Biden came and said, I'm going to scrap, whatsoever Trump did, all of them do that. But my own thing is, I'm coming back.
So let's go back to executive power and stuff like that. They tried to remove that from Trump from when he started authorizing bombs and all that to critical terrorist groups from other countries, this and that. And you had Democrats and move him from power. You know, he's warmongering, starting wars. And that was it. He stopped everything else. But now you got Biden still bombing Somalia for what? We're not at war, and he's still bombing them today. For what? But no one's talking about it.
Well,
you at the border. What about them? They're literally getting misused out there. It's a nice term for them. They're getting misused down there at the border. It's put it nicely, but other than that, nothing from the administration. Nothing. and you tell me about executive power. You tell me there's abuse of power. When the Supreme Court ruled something's unconstitutional, you have no authority, yet you still do it anyway. And imagine if Trump did that. He's a dictator. He should be impeached. He violated the sacred law of the land. The Supreme Court had the final say. They ruled it unconstitutional, yet he passed it anyway. He would be impeached for that. Guaranteed. He would.
But I think this is one thing.
That's the moratorium. Yet Biden still extended anyway. But it was ruled unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, who had a final say how things go. And he's just going to ignore them, do it anyway. And nothing's happening. No one's going to impeach him. No one's doing an investigation, and it's just like, this is unprecedented, like really how it's turned out like this. So basically is this. I at the point is showing that we don't care about people's rights now, because who cares Supreme Court rules, because no one is overthrown. We can do whatever we want now. Get it?
But that's the thing. I think then that's just the thing. Maybe Trump failed to understand one thing. Instead of you fighting with everybody to implement your policy, you got You can implement your policy quietly without agitating the political environment. Because if you start to go on Twitter and attacking everybody you can, people from your party who disagree with you, they become they become enemy of the state, inciting your supporter against people in your own party who disagree with you. Then you make things difficult for yourself. Some of the things that Biden doing, if Trump had done it before, you would have heard the whole media on fire. Like he talked
The
so.
question is this. The question is this. Like you said, enemy of the state. Now, what's the enemy of the state? All the people that voted for Trump. They're going after him. They're naming all. Basically, they want to label all Trump voters as domestic terrorists. They're getting rid of the opposition.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
man,
they're
they
doing.
can't do that. That can't be true.
Doing.
You want to tell me they're going to? You're going to tell me that they want to?
They're literally. It's not literally, but they are like doing book burning. That's all they're doing.
No. But the point you're trying to make that they make
Burning the history and books. That's what they're doing, and they're marching around like that. Like, it's unbelievable.
So who's making them? Who's labeling them as terrorists? Trump voters. Because 77 million Americans voted for Trump. Are you going to label all the people as domestic terrorists? Is that what you're saying?
That's what they want.
That can't happen. That is almost 50%.
They're not going to believe in their brave power. That's either way. That's it. That's why they're trying to do everything they can. Like the whole January 6th, the whole hearing thing.
Yeah.
It's just a joke. It's a joke, and people know it, and it's making them look bad because it really shows them one-sided. That's what they want.
But okay, let me just, we talk about that January 6th stuff. I want to talk about it, but let me go back to who you think going to win the Republican primary, because this is important for one reason. It's important for one reason.
We're going everywhere, man.
No.
Even come on, fucking the stimulus deal, the infrastructure bill. Now we're back to the primaries and stuff.
No, yeah, the reason
man.
The reason the primary is important is this, right? The Republican want to take back the.
No, more important now is the midterms.
The midterm, okay, yeah, the midterm is more important, but
yeah, right now it's the midterm.
Okay.
And it's going. Let's see how he's going to do. And the thing is, though, is I get a feeling. Here's my prediction that they're going to shut down the country again and do mail-in ballots. How much you want to bet during the midterm?
Why you think so?
Because they're keeping COVID alive. They keep COVID alive. That's it. They forgot about it at first. COVID was not being reported after Biden won. Okay. Then they jump on January 6th, and they find out it was not sticking. A lot of people are displeased and this and that. Even the liberals I talked to, they look at it and said, it's just a riot. It's not insurrection. It was just a riot that got out of hand. Well, a protest that got out of hand. That's what it was. And they looked at it, see cops letting them in. They're like, it's a setup. It's like even the left side is starting to, disbelieve the insurrection and all that, and therefore now they're going back to COVID alive just to keep the fear alive. That's all. If you're ruled by fear, you stay in power.
But I think from history, the opposition party always win the midterm election. So you don't think that the Republicans are in a better chance to win back the
no. There's a good chance of that. It's always it's a good history of it.
Yeah.
And ways to help the current Democrats who control of all three House, Senate, and the White House, and how their things are going is making them look bad, real bad. That they are scared to, and I think they were trying anything they can to stay in power, because the polls showed that the Democrats were gained seats during the election. No, actually, Republicans gained seats and lost none. Democrats won a lost seat, and they barely got in power, majority in the House. Yeah. So it's a good chance the Republicans get the majority of the House and the Senate. If that happens, then Biden becomes a lame duck. If Republicans get that, he really become a lame duck president, because Now he got no choice but to do anything he can with
executive powers.
yeah, and you got to work with the Republicans then with the House and the Senate. But the thing though with the filibuster though with the Senate is that if Republicans, let's say they um get 51 seats, basically. Some House elections, people won some, lost some, whatever, end up the Republicans get 51. You got a simple majority, but they cannot pass anything in the Senate unless according to filibuster. Then, and how much you want to bet you don't even gonna hear Democrats? Let's get rid of the filibuster. Let's get rid of the filibuster.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna hear that now because the filibuster's gonna save their skin from even passing anything. If you really pay attention, they will pass nothing in the Senate when that happens because of the filibuster. Yeah, and of course you're gonna hear the Republicans going to say, get rid of the filibuster, let's get rid of the filibuster to get stuff passed. But no, I'm against that too. Regardless, you gotta keep the filibuster. It makes you work with both sides.
But let me ask you the question: if the Republicans should take back the House, right, in 2022, which is next year, what do you think the priorities are going to be in rebuilding the country? What do you think the party's priorities are going to be? What are some of the big general items you think they got to address when they should win back the Congress to get it ready for 2024?
Reopen the country, lack of jobs, lack of infrastructure, lack of anything being made in America now. They need to deal with that. You need to get stuff back to made in America again because China is slowly starting to decoupling from America, and that's bad because we're not prepared for it. If we decouple from China, we're preparing to now do business with them. Basically, as decoupling slowly back away, stop doing trade, stop doing that. Basically, it's like our business is going to stay in America or, our stays in our shore. And like you've seen during the pandemic, all medical supplies and all medications made in China. And there was a big shortage because China refused to send our supplies over from our company over there. And they just hoard over in China because it's a communist country. So, and therefore, and we had a medical supply shortage and everything else, and we were basically stuck, tails between our legs, don't know what to do. So, and that's why we tried to do a lot of things we can during wartime efforts to get GM and all that to make ventilators and all that with Trump doing that. And we wouldn't have that problem if we had a factory set in place for that and stuff like that. And there's a guy that makes medical supplies, masks and stuff. He came out and said, during the pandemic, I'm doing okay. You guys buy stuff from me, but soon as it's over, you go back to China for dirt cheap masks. That's what they do. Hospitals, government, and all this and that, the stockpile and all that. They don't go to his company. Then he's back struggling with it.
So let me understand.
He's the one who's advocating, saying we need to stop relying on China, or we're gonna be critically.
My question to you was this: if the Republican win back the White House, that's not White House, but the Congress in the midterm elections, what are the issues that they're going to address? What are the issues they're going to tackle?
I told you they need to deal with the deficit we got.
But they were in power for 4 years. They were in power. Why didn't they do that? They added to the deficit. They didn't do it. They added to the deficit.
Under Trump, they did it. Their job growth. I could have got any job I want. Well, now you can because there's lack of people working because they're getting handouts from the government left and right like nothing. But I'm saying when there was no handouts, you could have got any job you want. People were investing into stuff. I did a lot of road work, a lot of millwright work. I was industrial mechanic. I worked on mills and stuff. A big company, Arn Mills, a flour company. They make flour for us and corporations like Hershey and them, and they're a multi-billion-dollar company. And they soon enough, Trump did his policies and stuff. They started investing into more infrastructure of their plant and stuff, make it grow even more stuff they wanted to. Instead of doing quick little patches here and there, and they're hiring a full crew. I mean, I had jobs left and right. is unbelievable. If you want to work, there was jobs you could have worked. They put the money in.
So that's what that you so
And doing everything else, it's gonna decrease the chance of that. Because you hear what the Democrats want to do? They want to increase the capital gains tax from what 21% to 43%. To almost half.
so
So you basically ain't gonna make nothing in life.
So
There's there's no point of if that happens, there's no point. You're gonna see zero growth. Zero growth. Because it's less point me investing money buying land and building a site here, a building here to lease out for offices for Miss Smith over here who wants to do her own little insurance policy, how she wants to do it, or a hairdresser want to go to this plaza here because of that. Because they got paid taxes throughout. They're behind because of that tax if it ever passes. And it's going to cripple America. And like stuff like that. You need to stop taxing and worry about more foreign aggression because
more. What do you mean more foreign aggression? What do you mean by more foreign aggression?
Russia and China.
But why should we worry about those things? We need to build our economy and focus our attention on domestic issues. I'm not saying we should neglect the world.
But here's the thing, though. Here's my prediction: America falls, the world falls because Russia and China do anything they want. You think UK is gonna come to our aid if something happens here? No, they're beef up their borders and stuff like that because who's gonna be coming to the west side? It's Russia going to Europe. You got China going all the way to China Sea and won't stop there. And going. Taiwan will fall. Japan will fall. First be Ukraine. Then they'd be slowly going away to Portland and all them. They're going all the way to the all the way through Europe. There are signs of that. Day 6 of Biden when he swore in. Day 6, the first week. Day 6. I was off by a day. I told people. I said 7 in a week it would happen. I was day 6. I was off by a day. I was close. Russia moved troops to the border of Ukraine. China almost surround Taiwan. Like they're really showing aggression. And you know what Biden did? He took care of the problem. I give him credit. You know what he did? Executive order banned the term of Chinese virus. That stopped it.
So
That's what he did. Look it up. He banned the term Chinese virus.
Okay, but in a nutshell, the 2022 midterm elections, Republican win. The agenda would be to create jobs. That's it. That's what they're going to do. Is that an issue and reduce
secure border, and have strong policies. Get America back on track. Stuff like that.
Well,
the problem is, the thing is though, it's not that will matter if the House try to pass it or not. If it goes to the Senate, if let's say, like I said, if the filibuster, the Democrats were blockaded. You watch, they were blockaded. All going to vote no, nay on it. Just vote on it, and they say you can't do no filibuster. Oh well. But yet you're trying to get rid of the filibuster because you're in power now by a simple majority. and they don't want, and it just.
Okay, well, today I'm talking to my co-host. We both, he's out of the studio today, and I'm in the studio, and we're talking about U.S. politics. We discuss a lot of things. I'm trying to question some issues, and he's talking about Republican winning back the Congress in the midterm elections. But I don't know what different things they're going to do. The party is going to do when they win. I still believe everybody should be working in the interest of the country. We should not be looking at the other party or the other people as an enemy. We should both work together to make sure that the country is doing both the right thing. So I hope that we are on the right side of history when everything is done. Thank you very much for watching. We'll talk to you in the studio later on. Bye.
I'll be in.
Yeah.
Give me time to get ready. All right, Conway?
All
Talk
right.
to you.